What's going on, everybody? We are back with another pod, Coffee with Dudes with Alex and myself.
Yes.
So happy to have you back, man. We are sipping our coffee today. We're actually getting to be together on the pod and not do solo pods so we can, and we're doing them early so we can get back to having coffee, which is great.
It's not water with dudes or,
Yeah, sparkling water with dudes. It would be it with dudes for water. But today we're going to talk about difficult people, people that are hard to deal with, people who are in bad moods, people who take things out on you. And this could be work related. It could be if you have ever chased a health and fitness goal and somebody is kind of just a roadblock in that process. So let me ask you first, man, how do you deal or encounter with these kind of just difficult people?
I don't always deal the best with difficult people, to be quite honest with you.
Mm-hmm. It's not easy.
Yeah, because I think that the best way to deal with these people, and like when I'm in a good place, I remind myself of this is like that it doesn't have anything to do with you. Like a lot of times, like you'll run into people that are just in a bad mood. They take it out on you when it has nothing to do with you, and you got to remind yourself that like you don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, you have no idea what somebody else is dealing with. Like it could be something super heavy. They could have just like had something super tragic happen in their life. They could have a lot of stress from like outside factors, and then you're just on the other side of that. Whereas like I've definitely like had situations in my life where, and I still do, like where somebody's being a dick to me, and like I be a dick back to them.
Yeah.
Like because it's like I didn't deserve that. Like it's like when in the end, like I think the best approach that I found is just to like just go the other way. Just go on with your day, not let it affect you.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done, that's for sure.
For sure. I mean, like you said, it's usually you're at the tipping point when you're interacting with that person, right? There's a lot of things that have probably compounded in their life and what they're going through. And sometimes we just happen to see the end result, which is like they've already tipped over. They're extremely frustrated. You said it, you hit it on the head. It's like, don't take anything personal. I think that's one of the biggest things to take away, which is it's easier to say than to do, right? But like when you're in the moment, we can sometimes take those things personally and be like, man, this person is taking this out on me. There must have been something the way I spoke to them or something, right? We could take it super personal. But like I always first and foremost, just like what you said, and just all you can really do it, for people like that is just pray for them. I'm just like, I hope their situation is going to get better for them. And that's all we can do. And if I have to if I'm forced to have to interact with this person and like have to have conversation with them, and it's like not the most pleasant thing. I've always just been a fan of like kill them with kindness, and just be there to it's always escalates when like what you were mentioning is if you try to match their energy, right? Like if they're pissed off and you come right up to them and you respond right back to them. It's the only way that I've seen that works is if you come back, they call it the piss boat, right? Like, there can only be one person that's pissed inside the boat, and it's whoever's the most pissed off, right? So if like they're pissed right here and you escalate and go past them, then they'll kind of go like, oh, okay, I'm not quite at that level, and oftentimes they'll back down. But unless you're gonna play that game, like I oftentimes just keep it even keeled. Again, take the approach of kill them with kindness wherever you can, and really just hope that their situation, whatever they're happening to go through, gets better. What about like if it popped in my head now, I oftentimes see this, whether it's jealousy, whether it's wanting to hold the other person back, like especially in somebody's health and fitness journey, and they don't have a supportive partner, and that partner is really just like a weight to them, like meaning it like just pulling them down, and they're very negative, and it oftentimes can be disrespectful. And let's just say somebody's hypothetically, like you've probably dealt with this with clients, right? Like where you've had a client that is really excited about changing their life. They're like 1 foot in, they just need to get that other one in and draw a line in the sand and be like, hey, I'm doing this for myself. But then they get brought down by their spouse saying, hey, you don't need to do that. Don't spend that money. Like that's BS. We're fine with what we're doing. Like, and they just have a negative attitude towards it. Like what's your approach for people like that, or recommendations for people who are experiencing that situation?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I've definitely had that before, to where like you see it a lot more with like a woman,
Yep.
like where it's like the wife really wants
Yep.
to do this thing, but their husband is on the complete other side,
Yeah.
right? Where they're not necessarily in good shape, but they're like just not open to it, not happy that their wife's doing this. They don't eat healthy. They don't, it's like they have like a lifestyle that's completely different from what their wife wants to do. I've always taken the approach of, you have to have like a difficult conversation with them, right? Like you have to have like a, hey, like really outline. And I would say, like, for people, have them like write down all of the reasons why they're doing this and like, wow, I feel terrible. Like, I like am worried about my, like, how this is going to end up. Like, if I continue going down this road, like, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna have like something happen to me that's not good, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that that's the approach I've always took with people. It's like you have to have that difficult conversation, and like it's not easy, but if they really care about you and you tell them all of the reasons why you're trying to do this, they got to get on your side, right?
Mhm.
And I honestly struggle past that, like because it is like if you have that difficult conversation with this person and they don't react the way that you want to, they don't support you, that's like a little bit out of our jurisdiction at
For
that point.
sure. Yeah.
It's like I don't like it's just like somebody who is not supporting you with the things you want to do is just maybe not the right person.
Yeah.
And,
That brings
and
up that conversation, right? Which when we're in our position, it's kind of just like, hey, I'm not telling you to like, reconsider who your partner is, but there's definitely some conversations that I think should be had if this person is continuing to hold you back from wanting to better yourself, regardless of the situation, meaning like financially. Like if you could throw that all the way out the window and this person is still like, no, you don't need to do that. They're super negative about it. And again, we have to also remember that misery loves company. So if that person is not in good shape, that person who's being negative, that person is like looks at the glass as half empty all the time, like, those are difficult conversations that I think need to be had, or have to be had, just in order to progress and move forward, either with or without the person. But like, if otherwise, because what happens is, what we see a lot of people do too is they don't have that conversation. They avoid it because it's difficult, and they kind of just suck and cower down, and then they're back in the same position that they were before. So they got brave enough to like say, hey, I want to better myself, I want to do something to improve myself. That struck a chord with their partner, and their partner's like, nope, let me pull you right back down. And unless that conversation is had and somebody stands their ground, unfortunately, it just continues to be like a vicious cycle. It just happens again and again and again. So,
yeah,
yeah.
it's tough. And it's one of those things too where um, it's the reason why, like, if you don't have the support of somebody who's that big in your life, it's just not going to work. Like, you, they're going to have things in the house that tempt you. Like, they're going to be doing things that make you, like, when you're doing, like, especially when you're going at like a health and fitness goal, like, there's going to be moments when you maybe don't have as much food in you as you normally do. And like, you're weaker, like, your mind's a little bit weaker. And if they're constantly like eating junk food and, you know, drinking and doing these things that maybe you normally do, you're going to be a lot more inclined to join them and to cave in. And, and it's not that they need to stop doing those things. It's maybe more of like like they agree to go about it a certain way with you.
Yeah.
Or like even better, they like you guys decide to do it together,
Yeah.
in some respect, right? That's even a better like situation. Sometimes it's harder to get through on these guys, but as long as they support you, that's the big thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if they don't jump in and, go along your journey with you, they don't necessarily have to. But I think a lot of it can be avoided when it comes to difficult people by just communicating, simply the way that you communicate, how you do it, the tonality that you use. I think all that comes into play. So, yeah, hopefully that was helpful for some people. You could probably see some experiences that you've seen in your own personal life, whether you're dealing with difficult people on your health and fitness journey, or just in general. Our 2 cents is always just to kill them with kindness, be there for them, help them out, hope that their situation gets better, whatever that they're going through. And by all means, remember that you don't have to take that personally. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If you found any gold nuggets in there, we always ask that you share it with a friend, family member, somebody that you love and enjoy, who you feel like could benefit from it. We love hearing from you guys, and we will catch you guys on the next pod.
Peace.